What is happening, guys? Todd here. Today I thought I would bring you a review of the Consolized MVS system from Jamma X. This system allows you to play Neo Geo MVS arcade cartridges on your home TV or monitor. The concept is simple. Take a Neo Geo MVS arcade board and augment it with parts to allow it to work standalone. In most cases, this is adding controller ports, a power supply, and necessary video and audio connectors. And if you need more than RGB video, then a video encoder circuit will be needed as well. The basis for the Jamma X CMVS is the SNK MV1C 1-slot MVS board. This board is extremely popular with enthusiasts for Consolized MVS systems due to its small size and vertical cart slot. The first thing that strikes you is just how small the JNX Consolized MVS system is. It measures just 9 inches wide, 7 inches deep, and 2 inches tall. As a matter of fact, it's not much bigger than a game cartridge itself. And it's even smaller than an original Neo Geo stick. Comparing the Jamma X CMVS to an original SNK Neo Geo home console, we can clearly see just how much smaller it is. Let's take a closer look at the console. On the front there is a power switch and LED light along with the Jamma X logo. On the right hand side is a pair of 15-pin controller ports. These are standard Neo Geo controller ports so you can use any Neo Geo joysticks or gamepads and they'll work the exact same as they would work on the home console. On the top is a cartridge slot revealing the MV1C board just below its surface. And speaking of the slot, all cutouts in the case are laser cut for a smooth and precise finish. And finally on the rear is a 5V DC power input jack and an RGB video plus stereo audio mini DIN port connector. I opted for RGB video only as I don't have any need for any other video formats. However, you can customize it and get it with composite, S-video, and component video if you need those. While I'm on the topic of options, what features you select will determine the price. You can even send him your MV1C board and he will add it to his enclosure and deck it out with all the options you request. You can expect to pay anywhere from between $275 to as much as $450+ depending on the selected options. This is probably my favorite part of purchasing this Consolized MVS from Jamma X. You pay only for what you need. In my case, I just needed RGB video, so that saved me a couple $100 over purchasing unneeded video options. Since I opted for RGB video only, I also purchased an RGB SCART cable from Jamma X and the power supply as well. Now that we've looked at the outside of it, let's pop it open and take a look on the inside. Flip the console over and remove the 4 large rubber feet. Then remove the 4 large Phillips head screws and the top shell can be removed. On the left hand side is a coin cell replacement battery for the original stock battery. Those original batteries tend to leak over time, so this will prevent that from happening in the future and makes it easy to replace when you need to. The original BIOS has been replaced with a Neo BIOS Master and licensed UniBIOS 3.3. There is also a foam block on top the Neo BIOS Master to press against the top shell to keep it in place. That's a nice touch. This is the dual frequency oscillator upgrade. It basically corrects the refresh rate that the Neo Geo runs at since it runs slightly out of spec for TV standards. Something else I like about this Consolized MVS system is the attention to the small details, such as these metal standoffs that are even under the cart slot and the torque screws that are pretty much throughout the console. It gives it a very rugged feel to it. The overall build quality is outstanding for such a reasonable price that James charges for these. As you can tell by this video, I am extremely pleased with the Jamma X Consolized MVS system. James has put together a great looking and very well built Consolized Neo Geo MVS console that you should definitely check out if you're in the market for one. It's compact, built to your needs, and a heck of a bargain for fans of the Neo Geo. Now there are other competitors to the Jamma X offering. ArcadeWorks makes the Omega system, which is also a Consolized MVS system, however it's larger and it costs more money. Plus there are no options for customization. You have to pay for all the options including composite, S-video, and component regardless of what your needs are. I used to own an Omega and it was a great machine. I just like James' design better since it's physically smaller and it costs less while giving me the exact options I need. If you are interested in purchasing one of these systems from Jamma X, I'll leave a link down in the description to his website. Well guys, I think that wraps it up for this review. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment below. As always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next video.